Greetings everyone, my name is Jesus Gonzalez and I would like to share my self-directed learning experience with you today. As a 21st century learner and future educator, I chose to explore the certification on 21st century learning design provided by Microsoft Education Center. I created a timeline to document by when I will be completing each course and take the quiz that correlates to the course to earn a badge. As per the timeline, there were a total of 8 courses that were required to be taken to complete the certification of 21st Century Learning Design. Upon completing the certification, the skills that I acquired or gained more knowledge on were collaboration, skilled communication, knowledge construction, self-regulation, real-world problem solving and innovation, and use of ICT for learning. The course of collaboration provided information on shared responsibility, which is when individuals work in a pair or group to develop a common product design or response. However, everyone must collectively own the work and be mutually responsible for its outcome. It also provided information on interdependency work, which requires the participation of all individuals working in a group for the whole group to succeed. There are two levels of accountability in interdependent work, which are individual accountability, which is everyone on the group is responsible for a task that must be completed for the group to complete the work, and group accountability, in which everyone must work together to produce the final product or outcome. The course of skilled communication provided information on extended communication, which is required when an individual must construct communication that represents a set of connected ideas and not a simple thought. Certain examples of extended communication can be producing one or more completed paragraphs rather than a sentence, or creating a sequence of videos or a presentation that illustrates several ideas. It also provided information on multimodal communication, which is the use of more than one type of communication mode or tool used to communicate a coherent message. Certain examples include a presentation that integrates video and text, or an embedded photograph in a blog post. The course of knowledge construction provided information on applying the knowledge in a new context, which is when the learner must interpret interferences beyond the literal meaning, followed by analysis, in which the learner identifies the parts of a whole and how they relate to each other. Next, the learner synthesizes meaning. They identify the relationship between two or more ideas. And lastly, the learner evaluates by means of judging the credibility or importance of data. The course of self-regulation provided information on planning own work, which explains on how the learner must decide how to break down complex tasks into simpler subtasks, on creating schedules for when the work and setting intermediate deadlines, on how learners determine if in a group work, how the work must will be divided, and on how to decide where the work will be completed. It also provided information on providing opportunities based on feedback, which is when learners are provided feedback and is explicitly used to improve the work before it's submitted or finalized. The feedback may come from an educator or from peers. The course of real-world problem solving and innovation provided information on real-world problems, which are authentic situations and needs that exist outside an academic context, such as designing a playground for a park for children with accessibilities or using factual data to solve a problem. It also provides information on innovation, which requires the implementing the learner's ideas or solutions into practice in the real world and benefits other people than just the learner. An example of this would be designing a community garden for a park and presenting the idea to local officials. The course of Use of Information and Communication Technologies (ICT) for Learning provided information on use to support knowledge construction, which is when ICT is directly for the knowledge construction part of an activity, such as use of a computer to analyze information, or when ICT is indirectly used to support knowledge construction. For my future directions, I plan to use the skills acquired to design practical ways for educators to help learners use 21st century skills in an education setting or in the workplace. Thank you for listening.